Okay, I'm going to make a couple of shout-outs here. This whole AuthorTube thing this past week has been pretty decent for me. Someone recently commented, I'm going to read it from here, from the good old trusty other phone here. He said, OMG, you did not just make a Cal Worthington reference. Hell yeah. Yeah, I just launched my AuthorTube in another site, youtube.com/BrickJane. And that comment came from Clay the author, so shout out to you, guy. I have another few shout outs because I barely have like 20 goddamn views. I have 3 subscribers already, and they're from the AuthorTube community. So I'm going to go ahead and shout out to, first of all, Sarah Scharnweber. I'm going to shout out to her again. I shouted out to her on my other video 3 days ago. She is my first subscriber. And it's not so much with corporate businesses, but with private businesses. It's very typical. You'll see a framed dollar bill, on the wall. And she was my first subscriber, so kudos, But I got 2 more subscribers. Dana Gaulin writes, and Alina Popescu. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to put it right here just for a couple of seconds. So we got shout outs, and then I got a couple of issues that I'm going to address. Now, my whole thing is I try not to go over 10 minutes, or not too much over 10 minutes in my videos. So we're going to try to keep this, 10 minutes or less. Maybe run a little bit longer. But I have 3x5 cards here. I don't know what happened to them. I got my notes right here. Imposter syndrome was talked about by a couple of AuthorTubers. There's an Oingo Boingo song. I've already cited Oingo Boingo in another video, and this is from the same album. Only Lad is the album. There's a song called Imposter. And to the 2 girls that have made videos, I think there's been more than 2 that I've watched, but the 2 that come to mind, you made it through college, these 2 girls, or whatever you did, what you made it, and you published books. There's a 0% chance you're an imposter. But I'm going to read you the lyrics from the song Imposter from Oingo Boingo. Right here. Okay? Alright, you never lived in the streets, though you wish you had. Not enough talent to play the guitar, you failed as an artist because you lacked the confidence. Now you're a critic, and you're at the top. The top of what? You don't believe what you write, you're an imposter. You don't believe what you write. You can't get used to the fact that you ain't a kid. You like to think that you speak for them all. You'd cut off your nose if you thought it would make you hip. It drives you crazy you can't be a star. Oh, ain't that tough. You don't believe what you write, you're an imposter. And, it repeats, because it's a chorus. You take the credit while others do all the work. You like to think you discovered them first. But we all know you moved in after it was safe. That way you could never be hurt. You like to play God. You don't believe what you write. You're an imposter. And it repeats. It's, the chorus. And then it wraps up. You're just a critic. We know why you drink so much. Oh, wow. Is that why I drink so much? I'm not a critic. But jealousy slowly consuming your gut. The streets that you never knew are just where they've always been. Your head is firmly lodged up your butt, where it belongs. You don't believe what you write, you're an imposter, etc. Anyhow, so anyway, I followed some AuthorTubers for 2-3 years now. I finally launched my AuthorTube site at youtube.com/BrickJane. And I just want to thank, all the indie authors, self-published people. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I just want to mention this site in particular, this Homer Cocktail 49 site. It's a little more, random videos and mundane. And I want to talk about Up and Up. For some reason, I want to talk about Up and Up. Because I used to party a lot, by the way. I used to party a lot. I used to have a good party house when I was about 19 because, we had a lot of roommates. We were teenagers and it was nonstop people in the house. Now, eventually, we lost our house to foreclosure because it was put up for collateral for a pizza business, but that's kind of a side issue. It's kind of like the Titanic. When you watch the cellist, there's 2 cellists and 2 violinists, and they're playing music instead of trying to get on the lifeboat. And that's what it felt like. We're losing our house, but we're having all these parties, going up while you're coming down, right? Little reference to a Bush lyric right there. So anyhow, I remember thinking to myself during the good days of partying, I remember thinking to myself, hey, this is nice, but there's nowhere to go but down. At the same time, if you've ever hit the bottom, rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. And, at that point, I'm thinking about Bob Dylan, actually. When you ain't got shit to lose then, right? And I want to believe, after many years of trying to find this new normal, that I finally have my shit together. I'm finally on the up and up. I've written many books. I haven't, ever since 2008, actually. I went to a place in Hollywood, National Writers Union on, I don't know, it was Fairfax or where it was. But, I've kept everything independent and self-publishing for a long time. And it's in the back of my head that over this next couple of years, hey, I'll shop my stuff again, I'm not trying to be a commercial success necessarily, but, I like what I write. So anyhow, I got about a minute left, and, I had technical problems earlier today where I couldn't upload my video straight from the camera on an iPhone. I don't know why it didn't give me the YouTube option. It did a couple of days ago. So I had to load some apps, and they didn't work. They were crashing. I went to Starbucks thinking that, maybe I needed the Wi-Fi, and that didn't work. And then I discovered I could load the desktop version through the Chrome browser, and that finally worked. So it's been a hit and miss kind of day to day. But, I kind of wanted to give a shout out, and I wanted to say something obvious, but there was a summer get-together, I guess, of AuthorTubers, and I kind of want to say their names, but I'm not going to. One of my nieces is an aspiring author, and I sent her Save the Cat because a few guys got into that or whatever. And as time goes on, maybe we'll do this thing. I don't know. Okay?